So today we are going to start on the DR part basically. So why DR needed or required in environment? So totally this is business requirement basically. We can think that this is a business requirement. If end user is saying that I need the data as a backup, right?
Mm,
Somewhere else from the primary data center, right? The n number of data centers in the world, so they asking for my nearby data center, Bangalore, Chennai, Coimbatore, whatever, right? So according to the requirement we have to provide our suggestions, advice, s- use these DRs solutions for these application. These your requirement, so these features fulfill your requirement, right?
mm,
So someone saying that I'm not going to use enterprise edition of databases just on a standard, and I need a couple of backups, not a single backup, a couple of backups in multiple data centers.
mhm.
So
Okay.
being a DBA, we have to think about or think about the requirement and plan accordingly, and then we can suggest that, hey, we have a log shipping, we have a data replication that is work as a DR. But let
Mhm.
me know, you are asking for whole database replication or some objects basically, right?
Yeah.
This is a
Mm,
being a digger, we can ask that one, right?
mm, mm, mm,
So please specify how much data required basically. The master tables only, or history tables, or some other in your mind basically, right? So
mm,
if the end user is saying or the business owner is saying that no, I need a whole database replication.
mm,
So as he asked for whole database replication, one word come into mind, right? We can implement log shipping,
mm,
because log shipping is database level application. Means shipping the log from the primary server to secondary server, or we can say the standby server, right?
mm.
We are moving all data in the log format, right?
Okay.
So here, based on scenario, we are going to implement that log shipping from primary to secondary server. Let's uh, discuss about that, some keywords that use in log shipping, right? So
Mhm.
in log shipping we have a primary server and secondary server. Then we have the mode is no recovery or standby for the replication secondary database, right?
Okay.
So in no recovery means we the data is not recovered or online, so we cannot read the data, right?
Mm.
But in the standby mode we can just read the data, select the data, right? But we cannot write the data because it's in
Right.
a
That.
standby, yeah, standby mode. But there is a problem when I will configuring or implementing log shipping. There is an option while restoring log, we can disconnect the users if reading the data. Else we can go with that the committed data, right?
Yeah.
Then we have uh, jobs. So we are just saying it is a log shipping. So shipping the log means that there is a transportation of log from A to B, right? So
Mm,
someone is doing the activity, right? Transporting
mm,
the log. Someone is doing. There is a worker. There is an agent.
mm.
So we have an agent in SQL Server that is moving data, the log backup file, the T log backup or translational log backup file from primary to secondary, right?
Okay.
So we can say that we have a copy of that backup, then restore of the backup, right? But the first we need the backup of the log, that T log backup from the primary server, right? So we
Mm,
who will act as a primary, the database engine have a backup schedule backup job, will take every retention period as per our convenient or as per business user requirement, right? If 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, that or an hour, right? How
mm.
they are going to bear the data loss, right? Means we
Yeah.
can say that the retention period depend on the business requirement. We cannot decide that, but Microsoft by default setting is 15 minutes, right? We can see in
Mhm.
the GUI when we implementing log shipping, we'll see the default retention period of the log, right?
Okay.
So on primary server, there is a job will act as a primary backup. A backup job will take a backup of log ship the database in CT log backup, basically we can say that. And
Mm-hmm.
there is a copy job that will copy the data from primary server to secondary server, and there is a restore job that will read the log file and restore on the secondary database server, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. And there is a one more job, that is alert. Alert mean the sense when the retention period is over and backup is not performed by in any case, or restore is not happened, so there is a latencies between that two logs, so we get an alert after 45 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's a latency, the last ts lesson is that the current is this, but this is, there's a delay, this is not restored, or there is somehow this is not copied, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a many possibilities of log retention, right?
Mm-hmm.
Delay, we can say that delay of copy, delay of backup, delay of restore, because s- data is running fine, but there's a requirement, like we can say that there's a bulk data upload in the primary servers, right? But data's recovery model is full, so that time the log generated huge that point of time, right? And while the backup, the log backup, it will taking time like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, right? But the job is running every 15 minutes, so it will not override that one and waiting for the data, and it will getting failed, right? Because backup is
Mm-hmm.
not completed yet, right?
Yeah.
Second thing, the network bandwidth. If you are copying data from primary to secondary, somehow that the data size very increased, that TLOG backup is increased in GBs basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
40 GB or 50 GB, and it's taking time to copy from primary to secondary. This also be a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Means simply we can say that the huge log file size will impact that log shipping, right? So this is about log shipping. Now we are going to see or implement log shipping. Okay, this is the theory part we have done. We are going for the practical part,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Practical part. Before going forward, let me see some. Let me share my screen, right?
Yeah.
First, so that will help you better to understand. Just a minute. Where is this is one? So now I am sharing my screen. Where? Yeah, this is upload. Okay. Entire window, then this. Now you are able to see my screen, right? I am putting
Yeah.
here this log shipping. See, I have created this for one training basically, right?
Mm.
So this is, I've created a step-by-step log shipping with the best practices, right? Along with
Mm-hmm.
the QA session
QA
also. The
sessions.
question and answer is also for the interview purpose, right?
Okay.
So as we discuss the log shipping for shipping the day, shipping a log from primary server to secondary instances. So we can add multiple secondaries, right?
Mm.
There is no limitations basically, right?
Yeah.
We can also add a monitor server for monitoring the log shipping, but it is not a mandatory things, right? We
Mm.
can just we can just use primary and secondary. So see here, they just drive shared location where we are keeping the backups. Means
Okay.
on primary server we're taking a backup, the backup job run and take a backup to the shared drive, then job copy from the shared drive the tlog backup and restore on that sorry, paste on that secondary
Second.
system, and then restore job work on that,
Secondary.
right?
Yeah.
Secondary server, right? So whatever the parameter we have set, or whatever the implementation we have done in the log shipping, like restoring mode, no recovery, or standby mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can see in practical. Now coming forward, the prerequisites, the port we need to open, because we are just reading or writing a data in the network, right?
Yeah.
So the default port of SQL is 1433, but the best practice is that DBA do not run any database on default port, right? The security
Mm.
purpose of point, right? Then on the both the services, both the server services, SQL Server services run in same account basically, right?
Okay.
Domain
Okay.
account or local account, and that account has permission to read write data in the network, right? Or the
Mm.
domain,
Mm.
or work group, whatever we have created there. Then for the sharing files, we require 135, 137, 138, 139, and 445 for the drives to read and write the data from one node to second another node, right? The primary and
Okay.
secondary, right?
Second. Okay.
our name, whatever the name of the database is, or we can change, but the name of the server will be not the same basically, right? Because it
Okay.
will conflict the network, right?
Mm.
And will disconnect the system. Then the advantage of that log shipping, because this is a GUI part, this is easy to implement. There's no need of too much resources basically. The licensing part, the maintenance part, it is easy from all the prospect basically, right?
Okay.
Because we can do easy way, right?
Yes. Okay.
But disadvantage is that we have a data loss. We cannot get the point in time recovery of the
Time record.
secondary data, right? This is a disadvantage of that log shipping. Then some terminologies here that we use: primary server, primary database; secondary server, secondary database; monitor server. As named, it is defined as well, right? Primary means the
Mm.
primary. So primary data is from the primary servers. We can get that. Secondary from the secondary databases, right? And the
Yeah.
monitor server, that is monitoring that log
Come on.
shipping, the transaction log move from primary to secondary
Secondary.
servers, right? Then some other terminology like jobs, we have backup job, that is perform on the primary databases or primary server. Copy job,
Copy jobs.
that is from done by the secondary agent secondary agent SQL server, right? And the
Mm.
restore job also done by the secondary database servers, right?
Mm.
Then alert job on the both side, primary and secondary, for that log shipping restore log shipping alert, basically it is data restored or not, backup happened or not. Okay, is there a delay of 45 minutes, it will throw an error or email to the end user or the group that is mentioned in that alert, that the backup is not happen properly. Please look into that, please check from your side whatever the message we have put in that comment, right?
Mm. Mm.
Now this is a window, the first window of log shipping. The database on which we are going to implement a log shipping, we just right click on database and go to that properties, and then we can see that the transactional log shipping, right?
Okay.
And then we can start implementing part, right? So
Okay.
this is the first window. I'm going to connect the servers, and if you have a question, just ask at that
Ask.
point of time, right?
Okay.
So let's see the database server. Okay,
Okay.
now for the testing purpose, right? For the
Okay.
testing purpose, I am going to create one database, right? Let's
Okay.
see, because we have to show that if the table is moving from one server to another, right? Because
Yeah.
how can you test that if the data replicated or shipped from one server to another server, right? Means
Mm-hmm.
log shipping is working properly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So let's see tsql demo, but I'm going to rename it as a
Mm.
log shipping.
Okay.
Simply we can say that log shipping
Demo. Mm.
demo. SQL SQL SRVR log underscore zip, right?
Yeah.
It's very huge name, but yeah, we can use that one.
Mm.
Now the prerequisite that we have two servers, A and B, right?
Mm. Mm.
So now I'm connecting server B here. Let's see. Somehow my secondary data server is not enabled, right? Because
Okay.
there's no free VLAN, so I'm using the existing named instance here, right?
Okay.
And we can perform log shipping and replication, not mirroring, not always on the
Okay.
same server, because we
Okay.
required. So this will throw an error.
Mm.
Just hold a minute, we have to start the services, sorry.
Services.
SQL, sorry, SQL Server configuration manager. Oh my god, what happened? So we have an instance name instance name, that is demo 2005, right?
Yeah. Stop.
This is agent, and this is a server. Where is the server? Server is here. I
Good.
think it already started, right?
Yeah.
We have opened too many things here. Oh my god, how much? Close this one. So see, it is not connecting. So we are just going to browse here.
Okay.
I will show you the one error. I made a change basically, and see every time people forget that while
Mhm.
implementing log shipping, right?
Okay.
Or
Okay.
implement any DR services, right? Here
Mhm.
we face that issue, right?
Mm.
So we are implementing, but we are doing troubleshooting as well, right? We'll see both.
Okay. Sure.
So this is a server we have, but the requirement is that we required one folder on primary and secondary, but we have only one server, so we can create here only two folders basically, right?
Okay.
Here is a backup file, so we can just keep for the primary here, the backup, and rename that as okay, and we can say that underscore
Shipping. Okay.
not p1 primary server, right?
Okay.
And this is not read only, write also, right? Make a change
Yeah.
the subfolder. And what is this? This is different, only bit. And now the second one, we are going to create a SQL server, that is demo 25, na? Demo
Mm.
25
People.
B2, right?
Yeah.
But both are shared,
Mm.
right? It required shared because we have to just copy this. So we have to enable sharing here, the security policies and all, right? We can say everyone because it's a local, right?
Yeah.
So everyone can read this folder, but in domain we can allow only the service account.
Only service account. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to think about the security purpose only
Second.
about
Mm.
yeah. Da, da, da. Yes, yes, yes. So this is our okay.
P2.
Uh, we
Secondary.
we can copy later. I think leave it from here.
Okay.
We can copy from here.
Okay.
So before see this, we can also talk about here the best practices.
Mm.
How can we perform in the best way, right? Without any mistakes, right? So we have to just
Mm.
think about that P2. So this is secondary drive, right?
Yeah.
Then we have a P1. We also require that, right?
Yeah.
So we have to note it down all these things, right? Then
Yeah.
security
Before.
purpose, everyone allowed, right? So no need to
Mm.
think. Then we have here sharing, allow this, read write, admin. We can set it everyone, but it's a local system, so it will not throw an error. But
Mhm.
yes, but the process we have to just follow, right?
Yeah.
So we are doing here, allowing the network. So this come here, and we can copy this. Port is not required to open because this is a local system, but we are
Mhm.
doing from different servers. Then we have to ask Windows team or network team to enable on firewall if multiple data center we have, right?
Okay.
So we've done this, close this. So folder is done, right?
Yeah.
Port is defaultly on in the local system. So we have fulfilling the prerequisite, right? About the services, we can see that it is running on the
Okay.
same account basically, right? Or we can
Mm.
just rename that one. Sorry, we can run it local also, right? We can
Yeah.
generate run at local, but leave it. We can see later, right? If we get face the issues basically, right?
Okay.
Because the mandatory field is that the service account will be the same
Mm.
agent and server, right? But this local will not throw an error. But let's see. Now we have to see that we have to just right click on the server database and then go to the properties, right?
Mm.
This is the one way. This is a log shipping, right?
Yeah. Transaction.
Or
Okay.
okay, or we can do one thing here. We can just right click, then task,
Task.
and then log shipping.
Okay.
It
Ship.
will
Transaction. Okay.
yeah, it's also open the same
Okay.
window basically, right? See,
Mm.
both is same, right?
Yeah.
So we are just disconnecting one. Now all filters grayed out because we have not enabled that primary data log shipping configuration, right? This is the
Okay.
first window.
Mm.
So what is saying the first error? Log
This.
shipping,
That is.
as we discussed earlier, log backup perform where we have a full database or bulk log, right? If data
Okay.
is in simple recovery, we cannot take a log backup, right? So
Mm-hmm.
log shipping depend on the log backup only, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
database should be in full recovery
Full
mode
coverage. Mm.
or bulk log.
Bulk cloud.
Okay. So wait here. Just go to the database.
What is?
Okay, just wait. Network problem. Yes, this is network problem or SSMS problem. Just
Network
close.
or
Automatic close basically. I think cross down basically this.
not?
SSMS is problem. Pressing down. Okay. So now let's connect the system. Disconnect the secondary. We connect primary one, right? First,
Yeah.
we have to work on primary. So come to database first. We can see the properties of database. That is option here, right?
Mm. Mm.
See, this is in simple recovery.
Simple.
So
Yeah.
the first condition is database should be in full recovery or bulk log recovery.
Okay.
So you're keeping on full, right? Because mostly application is running on full because we are not doing not doing bulk insert operation, right?
Mm.
Done.
Yeah.
Refresh this. Now
Okay.
again we can go to the data's property and then log shipping. That is transactional log shipping basically, right?
Yeah.
See.
Now it is open. Yeah.
So here see it is written here every 15-minute log backup by default.
Mm.
So we can set this retention period as per our requirement, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, how the business or data critical for the business user, right?
Mm.
Is asking for network path, right?
Mm.
So we already
So this
copied
is,
here.
yeah.
This is for
This is
primary, so
primary.
we copy this primary one, paste here, or we can paste it local also, right? But it
Mm.
will work as a network because it's locally, so it will work as it is, right?
Okay.
Here for the cleaning part, backup cleaning part, older than 72 hours. That's
Mm-hmm.
not required because we are performing full backup in environment every 24 hours. So we can
Yeah.
keep at 24 hours, right?
Control. Mm.
Then alert no backup occur within hour basically means
Hour.
if the
Mm.
log backup not happen, we get an alert, right?
Mm-hmm.
So keep it 30 minutes, right? Because
Okay.
we schedule or yeah 30 minutes
15 minutes. Mm.
because we schedule the lowest amount, right? With
Yeah.
5 minutes, second, 5 minutes or whatever, right?
Mm.
It is about the compression of the backup, right? So we can use that to save the
Com
storage, compress
compression.
backup.
Okay.
Then we have a schedule job here,
Okay.
log backup schedule. This is recurring means every time
Every
happen,
time.
right? We are not going for one time or that is CPU ideal and other conditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, by default is 15 minutes, right? See here, the starting
Yeah.
time midnight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are working as this time, so we can start every 5 minutes because we are in a demo phase, right? So
Mm.
we cannot wait 15 minutes idly, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And a start time we will setting here 8 p.m, right? 8 p.m or 9 p.m, let's see it 8 8 p.m, 8 9 p.m, 9 p.m, and then we can keep it, this is 8, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So this job is a backup job that will run every 5 minutes on the primary server, and database name is log shipping, right?
Okay.
See there is a summary here, right? The description
Yeah.
of this jobs
90.
basically, right?
Okay. Okay.
I keep it 9 because we have a 15 minutes to implement that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we can run manually as well for the testing purpose.
Okay.
So we have done this activity on the primary. We have two things done here. First, we have right click the database and go to the properties, enable the log shipping, and then provide the shared path basically where we are
Okay.
going to keep log backup file, log
Okay.
backup file of primary
Compare side.
database.
Mm.
Simple. And we use the compression. If we enable that server level, we need to no need to compress here, right?
Okay.
Because it will take from that server level configuration part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have done primary activity. Now
Okay.
coming to the secondary part, right? Secondary
Yeah.
databases. So we have to just add secondary
Add
database.
secondary database.
So we can add multiple secondary databases
Mm.
as per our requirement, right?
Okay.
So here I have to add secondary databases. Go. Choose. And this is running.
Okay.
And also we have 2002 web, I think. Okay, we'll check later.
Okay.
So initializing secondary databases. If we have a database, then we can use this one, right? No
Okay.
But if we don't have any secondary, then we can initialize from here,
Okay.
because we have to restore the backup, full backup, and all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think we get an error, one error that is expected.
Okay.
So see, generate full backup from the primary and restore the secondary, because we don't have secondary data as initialized, right? Let
Mm-hmm.
minimize this, connect to database server. So we have to just think as we have an environment. See, there is no
Okay.
user database,
User.
right?
Yeah.
That's why we are going to initialize that secondary, right?
Secondary.
If we have, then we can think about this one, right?
Okay.
Now, where to keep our data and log file?
Hmm. There, the path, secondary database path.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it is we are not created that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can just keep this one,
Okay.
because this is for secondary only, right?
Mm.
So we can pass, and we don't have multiple drives, so we are keeping in same
Log
drive,
also
same
same
folder,
way. Yeah.
same drive. But the best practice is that we have to skip in data file and log file in different
It's
different
different
drive.
different drives.
Yeah, a backup is on the different drive, because we cannot perform too much I on the same drive, right? Read and write,
Okay.
read and write, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
This is what question you asked on that day, right? Interview part of your.
Yes, too many people confused basically, right? Now, see here, it is just saying destination folder of where you are going to keep a log backup file on the secondary location. Please see. Basically, people do not read; they are just doing next, 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 right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is just saying that you just provide the path of secondary database file, right?
Yeah.
So you can use the shared path, or you can just use the local path as it is, right?
Okay.
So I'm just using local one.
Uh, okay. This my question is. See,
Mm-hmm.
here we have given the secondary a secondary side path where
Mm-hmm.
that will be copied. Here,
Mm-hmm.
what we have given this in this option.
The local drive path where we have to keep the data file, and sorry, not data file, that is a backup tlog backup file, that is copy from primary to secondary server,
Okay, okay, okay.
right? Because
Mm,
if the backup is happened or on that primary, the
mm,
copy job will run,
mm.
and the copy job will run, then where you keep the backup, there's
Okay,
a
okay.
folder, there's a location where you keep the backup, tlog backup. So this is a secondary server uh, folder or drive where we are keeping the log backup from primary to secondary.
Secondary.
Then restore job will perform to
Okay,
use this backup file and restore the database, right?
okay, okay. I think
Next,
I mean
mhm,
same path we are giving where we have given.
because
Yeah,
we are using the same location right
yeah, yeah,
now, the
yeah.
best practice is that we have to keep data file in D drive, L
Mm,
log file in L drive, and the
mm.
backup file in R drive
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
log shipping.
yeah,
And the system DB in this S drive and temp DB in T drive, right? If you are
yeah.
going for the production environment, so you can see that we have a C drive for Windows,
Mm,
D for data,
mm,
L for log,
mm.
R for recovery, matlab backup, we can say
Yeah,
backup
yeah,
file,
yeah.
and S for system DBs, and
Mm,
T for temp DB.
mm,
So this is the structure of drives basically for the any primary database server, primary or production database server in
okay,
SQL server for that. I
okay,
prefer that the drives basically, right?
okay.
Then we have a clustering quorum, Q for quorum,
Super.
MSDTC, right?
Mm.
So the keywords, the drive name will give us a hint what are the files we are keeping in that drive, right?
Okay, okay.
D means data file, simply.
Mm,
L
mm,
for log file, right?
mm,
M for MSDTC, Q for quorum, R
mm,
for recovery, right? So
mm,
there's the backup file, right? T
mm,
for temp DB, S for system, the system DBs, right? So
mm.
we can understand or easily read that environment basically. So
Okay.
yeah, this is the environment we are keeping the data like this way, right? So here is the confusion part is that we are putting the same path for secondary basically, because we are not getting multiple folders, multiple drives, right?
Mm, mm, mm.
That's why we are seeing the same files, right? Same file location.
Okay.
So here we get a copy, but it's saying that how long we are keeping the log backup file,
Mm.
72 hours or less. So we can think that the drive saving point or some extra maintenance point of view, why we keep 72 hours backup.
Mm.
because we are restoring every 15 minutes or 5 minutes, and we have a differential backup, we have a full backup on the top of that, weekly or fortnightly, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just we can keep this
Hour.
an hour,
Yeah.
not more than that, right? Because you get 4 log backup inside that in this interval, right?
Yeah.
Then we have going to schedule this log copy backup job, right? Just is a
Okay.
copy job. So we have scheduled backup for every 5 minutes, right? So just think on that. If we don't have a huge amount of data, means it will copy in seconds or milliseconds,
Mm.
right? So if every 5 minutes it will run, but start from backup start as 9 p.m., right?
Okay.
We are keeping that this 01 means
Okay.
every 9 1 it will just start running because backup is already finished, right?
Yeah.
So it will take time for 60 seconds, right?
Mm.
The backup complete and they just start to copy from this, right? The best
Yeah.
practice from my experience basically, but
Mm.
people are defaultly leave it at every 15 minutes, right?
Okay.
But we have to see the reports. That's why we're keeping just the difference of milliseconds or second here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a copy job complete here.
Okay.
So now the data backup is copied here. Now the part is restore, right?
Mm.
So second tab is restore. So there are two options of restore databases, right? No recovery mode means you are not going to read the
Wait a
secondary,
second. Wait. Mm.
or standby means you can going to read the data, right? But there's a
Mm.
condition. Will you going to disconnect the user that point of that time is restoring the data? If yes, then check it out. If no, then leave it.
Okay.
If you want to read the
So,
data, yeah, yeah, go ahead.
uh,
Yeah. Mhm.
disconnection user means.
Disconnecting means, let's see scenario.
Okay.
We have implemented log shipping, right?
Okay. Okay.
And after every 5 minutes, it is restoring the data. So the end user working on the secondary data is reading some data, but is
Mm.
still reading the data. So that point of time, SQL Server agent will kill that session, the end user, disconnect that user, and then restore.
Okay. Okay. So automatically it will kill and it will restore that. Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
There's an option now while we are restoring backup, there is an option kill
Mm.
that running sessions, right? And then restore,
Mm.
because we get an error that data is in use.
Mm.
We get an error, na? That is data is in use. Why you are going to restore that one, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
just we force that, just restrict that user and then restore with the
Mm-hmm.
replace.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a one there's this option is behind that. It will kill the sessions and then restore.
Okay.
Kill the connections, kill the sessions, kill the requests, whatever the on the database is, and then they start restoring the database.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the requirement basically, but we are not going to read the secondary, so just keep it.
No recovery
Keep
mode.
no, just we can read the
Yeah.
data because what we
Okay.
are
Yeah.
transferring, we can see that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Then delay restore alert, right? 0 second finally, but alert required every 25 minutes, right? Then this is the configuration, but we are not initialize the jobs. So now going for
Okay.
job initialization, every 5 minutes it will run because backup will getting every 5 minutes, right?
Mm.
Then it will start
19.
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
But
Okay.
there's a delay in restore because some time take to copy, right?
Yeah.
So we will moving that 45 seconds.
Mm.
So see, we have done the restore part also. The job is configured, right?
Okay.
Occur every 5 minutes. Bit start from this timing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Save, just save, and you can add more here, right? More
More
secondaries,
database. Yeah.
more
More
secondaries
secondary
here.
database.
Then you can add monitor server as well.
Okay.
If you want, then you can start. Then you can start. If you want to save this query, so you can just generate a script from here. Whatever the configuration you have made now, we can just
Mm.
generate the script for that.
Okay. Then we can save that one.
Yeah. So we cannot going for see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to add mirror monitor, just click here and just click here, and then you can just select the database name,
Okay.
right? So let's see if we have database running, right. Da, 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 da. It is
Web.
running. Let's see if it is running. If
Yeah.
corrected,
It's
then running. Not
not
running.
running.
This test basically, I think, remove from
Yeah,
that, leave it out, or we can just see. Da-da-da-da.
it
This
is
is
running.
running. This is running. This is running. This is running. This is
But
running.
agent is stopped actually.
The agent not required
Yeah,
basically. Agent is not required. We can use this basically. Let's see. This is on server or not. Yeah. So 19 wave, not 22, right?
mm.
So we are going to add monitor server and then browse from here. Then we go for that 19.
19.
If anyone change the password, then it will not connect, right?
Yeah, failed.
Right, right. Then SA will work here, right? And SA password, I think I have not remember. Okay, leave it. We can add express reason for the demo purpose. We can add later also after
Yeah, yeah.
configuration.
Okay.
Not an issue. So we have done the settings, right?
Mm.
Just hit OK. Just let me minimize this. Hit OK.
Admin Studio could not save monitor settings.
Yes, because we have to disable this one,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So as
Okay.
expected. Why? Because we have not performed any full backup on primary server.
Primary side.
It is not
Okay.
initialized. Let's
Mm.
see the error here.
Yeah, yeah.
Just zoom it out and click on here. What is this?
Cannot be restored using standby because upgrading is needed. Uh, okay.
Why? Because we are implementing database from 19 to 22 or 17 to 22. I think 17.
Okay, okay.
So you cannot keep as a read only, right? Because you can. So we have to just keep this as a
Standby.
as not recovery with recovery, no recovery.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, that is a problem. That's it is not implemented, right? See here,
Okay.
the server is 17, I think. 19, sorry,
19.
19,
Mm.
right? So first, let me update this back. First backup we will just perform here. First, let me start first backup here. So it will not throw the second error. Backup. Remove this, add this, paste this. No directory. Why?
I think it's a
It will not read basically, right? C drive is not reading. Okay, then backup file. Test.pkp, right?
yeah.
Media
Compass.
compressed. Done, right?
Mm.
So we have to just do again the same task, right?
Yeah. Transfer.
Whatever we have done. Because this is not saved basically,
Save.
right?
Yeah.
So copy this, paste this, copy. I'm doing just fast basically, right?
Yeah. Sure. No, no, no. I haven't.
Okay. And alert of 30 minutes. Then schedule daily recurring, yes. 5 minutes. 9, 8. This is PM.
Mm.
This is done, right?
Yeah.
So primary work is done, but backup is not compressed. Let me use this one, right?
Compress also. Okay.
Add secondary. This is already here, I think so. Initialize C drive, right?
Mm. C drive.
Then this is done. Copy here, right? This path. Delete after 1 hour.
Yeah.
Then we have backup, sorry, copies of 5 minutes every 5 minutes. 9:01. Then PM. Then it is 8 PM.
8:59. Okay.
Yes, this is done. Then restore, right? No recovery or
Now
standby,
record.
whatever. No recovery, you can go with that, right?
Hmm.
This is 25 minutes. Schedule
Schedule job.
restore, and then this is 9. This is 01:45 p.m. 8. Right? Now we have done simply, right?
Yeah.
This is a scenario. You can add multiple secondaries here as per requirement.
Hmm.
See,
Now it's success. Okay.
successful means it is restore the database and created and keep in restoring mode, right?
Okay.
Close this. This see data file and log file created here.
Okay.
All the backups come here, right? For
Hmm.
monitoring purpose. Every 5 minutes we have done this, right?
Wow.
So now coming to the demo part, right?
Yeah.
We are going to create here tables. I think I have a document for these fast execution. Any document, create tables and all. I think I have kept that one also. And not here. Minimize this. Then folder, any text file, info, no, memory management. Where that text file is. Oh my god, everything gone. Okay. So we can just create one table here for the
Yeah.
demo purpose. It is
Hmm.
moving or not, right?
Yeah.
Definitely it should move, but yeah, for the
For
confirmation
example.
part, we will see that, right? So
Yeah.
basically, I prefer GUI part, right? Because we are not
Hmm.
going to insert some data type and all, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Define here. So just to take here server ID, that is int, right?
Okay.
Server name,
Yeah.
envarchar, then RAM, then CPU core, right?
Hmm.
Then db underscore name. No, same kind of db underscore name. And next week, sorry, you can say that environment env, right?
Hmm.
So we can limit that one also. Basically, we are not going for TSQ, so leave it here. Not we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
just need to do that one. So okay, environment, then db size, db underscore, sorry, size, right? And varchar. And now let's save it. If I close, it will ask for save, right?
Yeah.
Save. That is demo, right?
Okay.
Demo simply. This is totally a blank table, right?
Hmm. Nothing is there.
This is in read only mode, right?
Hmm.
Not restoring mode. So how can you know that this is replicated here? Any idea? We go to this server and see that
Portal.
log shipping reports.
Okay.
And now we'll see here last backup file, copy file. I think you will see, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
And the restore file means
Restore.
all the LSNL will be same. Then this is running fine, right?
Yeah.
If not, then you have to work on troubleshooting part, right?
Hmm.
See, this is 5 minutes. We have to wait for 9:05, right?
Yeah. 9 5. Okay.
Okay. So meanwhile, we can do one thing. We have created a table, right?
Okay.
We can do one thing. We can insert some rows here.
Okay.
Edit, right? So
Hmm.
server ID 1, DB server demo, RAM 5, core 4, demo DB, environment development, sorry, and size is 4
4.
MB. We can write that also because it's n varchar, right?
Yeah.
Server 2 RND RAM is 4, core is 2, test TB, development, and TB size is 2 MB. Right?
Okay.
Save this. Refresh here. Still
So,
backup. Last
yeah,
backup is 5 minutes,
5 minutes.
right?
Yeah.
Wait for that. It is 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
We can see here also on the server side. Sorry. Reports and then log shipping status. So yet backup is not happened, right? Last
Mm,
6 minutes there is no backup, right?
yeah.
So anything wrong here? It is saying no backup because agent is not running,
Okay.
right? Why it is 6 minutes? Because it will run in 5 minutes,
5 minutes only. Yeah. Yeah.
but the server database, sorry, agent is not running. It will not run the backup job, right?
Okay.
That's why we have a 6 minute here, right?
Okay. So we need to wait for other 5 minutes.
Now we can run manual.
Okay.
We can see the status here.
Okay.
See, so we have a job as per requirement. We have backup job, right?
Okay.
Just we have to think about that. We have run manually.
Second side is in process. First job is
We cannot. Oh my God! What is the error? This is different error. Let's see from here why it is not executed properly. Means the job had not right to take a backup or something different.
okay.
So this is the troubleshooting part here in the log shipping, the
Mm-hmm.
service account and all, right?
Okay. Okay.
Anti users. That's why I think so. Let's see the error here. Could not retrieve backup setting on primary ID. Why? We have the network connections and all. Could not open this, and this. Yes. What I think about that? Because what are the server name we have passed na? It is
Mm.
not connecting. See, it is saying that this is the server name,
Yeah. And
but
here.
here it is different one. See.
Okay. Okay.
Why it is happening? Why it is happening? This is scenario. Let's see someone created the build the system, Windows
Mm-hmm.
system,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Okay.
you have installed the SQL server on that server, Windows
Mm.
server.
Mm.
But somehow the naming convention or the network or in audit, someone said that this is not a proper naming convention of Windows name, right?
Okay.
Just you can put like this, right? So you have renamed
Mhm.
the Windows name,
Okay.
and you are reading the data locally because it is locally. If you are
Mm.
trying to connect this server from remote, it will not connect it.
Okay.
So that's why it's getting failed. So we are going to troubleshoot these issues.
Mm.
How? So I was already told now there's a two expected error. This is the second one. First is about
Okay.
the full backup, and second one is this one, right? Because
Okay.
I know that they are different username, right? So we have to find that there is one system view will but tell us what is the current data source name, right?
Okay.
Sys.sys servers, right?
Servers. Hmm.
See,
Okay. So, I mean, with other name, it was just running actually.
yes, SQL Server registry register on this name, right? Let's
Okay.
see different example to prove this one, right? I go to the server properties and see the name. What is the name? Computer name. This is different.
Okay.
Register name is different. So we have to drop this server name and have to recreate the new one, right?
Okay.
So there's a procedure, SP procedure.
Mhm.
Add, remove server and add server name, right?
Okay.
sp underscore remove, sir, no, sp remove or delete, sp remove, da, 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 remove server, I think. No, it is not getting this one. So we can find from Google as well as here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Store positions.
Oh my God, oh, this is syntax.
Mm.
We are going for filter, right?
Yeah.
sp add server, right? Let's
Mm.
see server only, right? We can get
Okay.
all that. There's two store pages we need here. sp add server or remove server. Oh my God, oh my God. We have done on different location store process. Here we need to follow system procedure basically, na server.
Yeah. Yeah.
sp add or remove server, we need that. See, add server or drop server. Sorry,
Drop server. Mm.
sp. Sorry, drop server. Comma, this server
This
name.
server name.
What is that?
I think you need to keep that brackets.
Let me
No,
check
no, no,
that.
no. Not
Bracket
bracket.
required.
No, 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 no. Not required.
Let me check that one. It's parameter basically, right? So
Yeah.
we have dropped this one. Let's select here. Nothing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now we have to add server. So what is the server name? First, we can say that select
Sure.
at the rate server name, right?
Mm.
We can get the current one. Oh, oh, oh,
Same.
oh.
Same
Oh,
values.
not remove rest. That's why. Okay. We just need to commit that one, right?
Yeah.
So drop, then add server name. So da 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 da. Add server name,
Come on.
name and then local, right?
Mm.
And then we have pass it local, I think local. It is server name from here. Oh, the properties. Let's change. This is a workgroup system. Basically, we can just copy this from here.
Okay.
Copy. This is a part of troubleshooting. When link server fail, any connectivity fail, we can use this one, right?
Okay.
So I think parameter is same. No need to semicolon, but here we required. Done.
Okay.
Let's start this. Oh, I think we don't need to restart the services, right?
Yeah.
For the changes, basically. So just we can go here, here, here. This one or this one? This one, the main server. Restart. Tararara, tararara.
That is our primary.
Yes, primary server.
Yeah.
So this is a part of troubleshooting.
Mm.
Not 100%, but 1 or 2% we face this issue basically, right?
Okay.
So it is
So in
refreshed.
production, we can't do that restart immediately, right?
Yes, right. So we will
Yeah.
get a downtime. There's a
Yeah.
procedure basically for that.
Yeah.
We can get a downtime for that, and then we get a window for that, and then we can start our tuning part, troubleshooting part basically, right?
Okay.
So just we can refresh here. Was already restarted. Done. Now we can select here sys.sys servers.
Mm.
Now
Now
just
name will change.
change here, right?
Yeah.
So we have done this part also, add or remove, right?
Mm.
Okay, so now everything is already set up. Just we have to
Restart.
refresh or oh my god, just getting stuck. Ta-ra-ta-ta, ta-ra-ta-ta. Let wait for some time. So I say basically the demo part. We have completed the demo part, right?
Mm.
In this scenario, we will not do the failover because we have a lower version to higher version configuration, right? For
Okay.
for failover, manual failover, we need the same level of configuration, same edition, same version, right? So
Okay.
that we can perform that. What happened with the system? Yeah. Oh my God, it's very irritating. Because I have to just clean up this server basically. Too many system is running, na?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why. Ta-da-ra. Close this one. This is refresh. There's no file basically because no backup has happened,
No
right?
bad. Yeah.
Refresh this. So it is also failed. Why? Let's see that one.
Again failed.
I'm just looking this what is failed basically. This is 15, na?
Yeah.
Why it is failed basically. We have to look into that service account basically, right? If it is getting failed, here we see the error. Still it is reading the same name, right? It is not finding
Yeah.
the name, right? So
I think
where
we need to restart this one also secondary.
no, maybe. So let's see, restart this here. So this is a basically a problem. Basically, this is the host name is changed, na? And that
Mm-hmm.
other in registry we are getting the different name, right? So we will
Yeah.
face that
Yeah.
issue. Let's check this one also, right?
Mm.
The this system. No, we have to change that one, right?
Yeah.
Ta-ta-ta-ra, ta-ra-ra-ra. So SP drop and then recreate, right? So we can doing the troubleshooting part. SP underscore drop server, right?
Mm.
And then drag and drop. Then we can cut this, paste here, right?
Yeah.
SP add server, right?
Mm.
Copy, paste, comma local, right?
Okay.
Now added, we can recheck or we have to restart the services again, right?
Yeah.
Still same, so
Same.
let's
So we need
restart.
to.
Yeah, restart this.
So if we given named instance,
Mm-hmm,
for suppose we configured a named instance. Okay.
mm-hmm,
So if we somebody changed the name, server
mm-hmm,
name, instance
mm-hmm.
name, then again also we will face this issue.
Instance name or SQL server name we cannot change basically, right? We can change the
Okay.
that is Windows server name
Windows
basically,
server.
right?
Yeah, yeah, Windows
That
server.
will reading that is reading from the we can say that registry of the server, right?
Mm-hmm.
The host name, right? Here
Yeah,
we
yeah.
passing a server name, but in the CMD command we pass that host name, right? We
Mm-hmm.
can I think I'm also missing that. This is stuck again. Oh my god. I have to just tune this server basically. It is getting stuck basically. Tomorrow is holiday, na? I can just work on this server couple of hours, then we can tune. Every time it is getting stuck. It's a very bad practice, basically. Yeah, DBS system is getting stuck means you are not doing good thing.
Yeah.
So it is restarted, and now let's see. It's changed, right?
Yeah. Debian
Let's
Go,
wait
Debian
for
Go.
1 minute. Let's
One
work.
minute.
Yes, 1 minute. Then we see the miracle. We have done error. Okay, there is no backup, right?
Yeah.
Here, there is no backup and anything, right? Since 24 minutes, we don't have any backup and all. Now it will start, right? So we can monitor this agent here. If, sorry, here, active job, right? We
Okay.
can see, refresh if it is running or not. It executed or wait for a minute, I think so. The next run is, see the timing 25. Means one time it also got failed, right?
Yeah.
Let me run from here one more step. Anything else? Then we have to think about the jobs, the service account, right?
Yeah.
Because that is not able to read or write the data on the disk. Still, it is pending. Yeah, it is pending. So just go to the history and see the history. From here, we can see the history also.
Okay.
Now, just explore here. What is the error now? This one. Why it is not reading the same? You have to reconfigure that one. Still, it is reading the same one, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So it is very, very, very ridiculous thing for us. Just click destroy the log shipping, right? So let's see the destroy some. How can we disconnect this log shipping, right? The same when we created that.
Hmm.
Just create this. Go to the log shipping. Just disable from here.
Okay.
Just we can remove this also here. Just select and remove.
Okay.
But before removing, just we can see that we can do this. It
Okay.
will remove all the jobs from anywhere, right?
Okay.
So it will delete all the settings.
Hmm.
Now we can refresh. There is no job here, right?
Yeah.
See, there
See
is no
job.
job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we can also see that.
So then we can give this number, this name directly, right? Well,
Where?
Uh, it is not able to.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, come again.
No, why it is not able to read? That is my question.
Yes, because the reading from registry and we have created on that only, right? I have
Mm-hmm.
created on that because I have to just see that error because yesterday I have renamed this system name.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I have I have renamed this because I have to show you this error basically. But it is still not running means it is not keeping in the registry the change part basically, right?
Okay.
But it should be, but it is something different. Registry is not updated, or we can just say that rag edit not GP update not required here because it's not a part of domain. So we can
Mm.
update the GP update also group policy. Okay, but not required basically. Leave it.
Okay.
We can just create this one, right? So go to the databases, then task. Where is that? Where is that task? Then log shipping, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Just first, you can just do in fast basically, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling tired now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have just changed the this data server name, na?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I have to show this error basically, but it is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
getting done here, na? Then it is 20, 30
Yeah.
minutes.
30 minutes.
And we can all one thing we are not do fail over here
It is.
because we have
Mhm.
upgrade, right? We have to install
Yeah.
the same version. So I'll keep installed right yesterday, tomorrow, sorry, tomorrow, and then I'll show you the failover also.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
So this is 9, then
Fine.
we have 30 we are keeping here.
Yeah. Yeah. because
because
time
yes, and then we can say 8. No, this is 9. So 8
29.
for 8, yeah, 29. Okay, done, done,
Yeah.
done, 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 done. So job part is complete here. Then we can add secondary, right? So
Mm,
secondary I have already that will connecting here. Then the path here, C drive, right?
mm.
For the copy. If we'll throw the second a different error, now we can just change the service account also.
So,
Locally we can say that. Simple.
okay.
Keep that local. Copying that backup on the same path. Saying that is done, 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 done. Take okay. Copy. Delete copy after 1 hour, right? Then
Mm,
copy job every 5 minutes. Start from
30.
9:30, and then we can say that 50 second, right?
Yeah.
Then it is 9:29, right? Same.
Okay.
This is PM.
If we keep the same time means, I mean 9:30 there. Here we can keep.
Not
We have.
impacting, not because
Yeah.
it's scheduled after 5 minutes, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep it a standby. No, standby, standby, standby. We can read the data basically. Okay.
Okay.
No recovery, but we can see that later. Then we have a job with 25 minutes for the alert part. Then the restore job 5 minutes, and then it is 9:30,
30.
and then it will not 31. We can keep it
Okay.
31, right?
Yeah.
And this is 9:29. So everything is fine. Done, done, done. Okay, it's completed because we don't have their data inside this database site.
Mhm.
Here we can see that this is a restoring mode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Backup was done. Okay.
Okay.
Full
Now
backup.
we full backup was done,
Yeah.
right? We can do one thing here. We can make some changes here. We can just do one thing. Employee detail department. We can do one thing. We can delete this one
Okay.
or truncate this one. How can we do this? We can make log basically. Let's see the data inside that. Nothing. Oh my god. It's totally blank. Oh, okay. I created for demo, I think so.
And this
Very
is
old.
only we have. Yeah.
Okay, this
Second.
is what is what customer. When I have created this, oh my god, 6 months ago.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's. What is this? Okay, we have a data, right?
Mm.
So let's. We can delete some data here. Delete from the table, right?
Okay.
Da, where ID is greater than 30,
Mm.
right? It will execute, right?
Yeah.
Execute. Done. Now we can select where,
Can
not
skip the
where,
where condition.
where not
Yeah.
required. We'll read the whole data. See, okay.
Yeah.
So we enter some logs. We can see that, right?
Okay.
It will take 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So just we can refresh this one as okay. Last 2 minutes, there's no backup, right?
Yeah.
Here is the same. Okay. So 2 minutes required to or 3 minutes. Meanwhile, we can do one thing. We can insert some data inside, right? Let me
Okay.
import some data from AdventureWorks, right?
Okay.
Import, or we can use command line. We can do that. Yeah. Data source is local, right?
Yeah.
Just refresh. Oh my god, I think something memory or something, right?
Mm.
It is very slow. It is moving, not responding. Basically, this wizard is
Login.
local is not connecting here. So I have to just pass that server name. It will not
Mm.
reading, right? That's why we are
Yeah,
getting error, na? It is not reading the local one. If you pass dot, na, it will read that one.
yeah. Okay.
See, now it is read that one, right?
Yeah.
So copy this, and then we have a database from AdventureWorks source is this, right?
Mm.
And then destination is same server. Database name is same, right?
Yeah.
Going to insert some records. So we are going with this schema will also. Oh my god. So we'll take person schema only, right?
Mm.
So take this one person schema. Okay.
Yeah.
So this will go to create one, right?
Yeah.
Because this
Yeah.
not exist on the server.
Exists. Yeah.
Yeah. Then finish. Ra, 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 ra. Now it's done the import part, right?
Yeah.
Let's refresh here. What is the status of backup and all? This is a backup. Again failed. Then we have to work on the agent part.
Isn't
Oh, it is not happened yet. I think so. Last 5 minutes,
nine
no? Means
plus.
last
Yeah.
so 95 minutes means
31. Mm.
yes. It will start wrong, I think so. Or we can see the error. Agent. Da-da-da-da. Refresh this. Jog backup history.
I think it's not happened yet.
Yes, it will run. I think so. Or it is running. Let's see. What is last run never, next run is 30. Okay,
Mm.
so it is 32. What happened with this job? It is playing with us, right? The system. Oh my god, why it is happening? And if log shipping implemented and it is not showing here the jobs and all running. Let's see copy job. It is failed or right. What? Successful, it is saying successful. It will always say successful because it will not copy anything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It will say successful. But about the backup, read the data primary log shipping, right?
Mm.
Means this drive is opened, yes. So it's done. So why here we are not able to see?
So it is restoring mode, so we can't read the data.
No. Yes.
Mm.
In a standby, you can read the data.
Mm.
See what happened? System is playing with us, right? 7 minutes. Oh my god. Huh? What is that schedule? Let's see the schedule here. 5 minutes. See, every five
Yeah,
minutes.
every 5 minutes.
But this is AM. Oh my god.
So the time change also.
Yes. We are doing troubleshooting and troubleshooting. See, backup
We are
happened, right? See,
making trouble and
we are
things.
making trouble and huge trouble. So now it's happened, right?
Yeah.
So see here, it is showing 8 minutes. Still, it is saying 8 minutes, right?
Okay.
Let me close this one.
So I think next.
No, no, it will do. It will happening, right? Not an issue right now because it is not throwing an error, na?
Mhm.
So it is happening. Okay. Now here we have a job and then we have a job history, right?
Yeah.
So the job
Yes. Success.
2 times success, right?
Yeah.
Now for verification, we can see the log file here. It is
Mm.
coming here or not. Either there is no log file here. Log back file, right?
Okay. Okay.
Then we can see that where the copy is not happened, we can see the log file here, right? It is
Mm.
happened here, right?
Yeah. Two times happened.
Right? 9
Yeah.
MB or
Two times.
this. So it
Mhm.
will under transition, it will copying the file and then restore, right?
Okay.
So we can just run the copy job from here
Okay.
because it got filled. Now it will wait for 30-35 minutes. Na?
Mhm.
Done. And now we can see the copies happened here, right? See drive. See, we have two backups,
Yeah.
right?
Two backups. Yes.
So
Mm.
now we have to run the restore job.
Mm.
Then we see the dashboard, and after seeing the dashboard, we are happy then, right?
Yeah.
And we shouted like, "Oh, I have done this! Oh my God, this is completed!" Still, see, it is playing with us. See, still not updated here, the dashboard. See,
Why?
yes, we have to
Okay.
just find out this because we are troubleshooting this today, right?
Yeah.
Everything is saying okay, but here it is not displaying. See here, we have a last copy file. This is 501, and
They're
last
restored.
restore file
Okay.
is 501. See the time 1 minute, 1 minute. When secondary is okay, we are happy with the secondary, right?
Yeah.
But where what is missing in primary? It is saying 10 minutes. Means we have taken a backup at 9:27. I
Mm.
don't think so.
No, no, no. Just 30, 34.
We have taken a 34, na?
Yeah.
So we get that last backup detail here, right?
Yeah.
If it is not showing here, means something wrong or we are missing something. The good condition is good here, right? Status is good, see, but
Five
we are not
dashboard.
able to see the backup. See, here we not see that. We can see here on secondary that is copy and restore only, right?
Yeah.
See the good one.
Uh, there is lock shipping.
11, sorry, 11 minutes. Why it is playing? Mm,
See, a job is running, but dashboard is not displaying that.
yes, so it will display. It will display, but this is why it is running. Okay, so in
Mm.
short, we can say that this is running. Data is restored basically, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because the backup is restored, the last one, right? See,
Okay.
the we can match from here. That is backup is last lesson is the 30509 501, right? So you can
Mm-hmm.
see the dashboard on secondaries, right? In the
Okay.
secondary dashboard, this one. This is 501, right?
Okay.
And also we can calculate the data file size, right? From the shared drive, right? Here. See, it is increasing, right?
Yeah.
70 MB.
70. Yeah.
So we can
Uh,
also calculate the status of the databases, right? So I think any question regarding this is only about that log shipping, but
Lock shipping.
we are not doing here failover because the backward compute is not here, right?
Yeah.
Because we have a higher level of secondary or lower
Lower level of
level of
primary.
primary. So we can test that, but if we implement that the same version and all, right?
Okay.
So it is running. In case anything we need to check na. So one thing we can do here, patching or upgrade part, right?
Okay.
When we are upgrading the same system, what will be the impact? We will not going to disconnect the log shipping, right?
Mm.
On the top of log shipping, we are going to upgrade the system
Mm.
because this system is 22, right?
Mm.
This is 19, so we'll
Mm.
upgrade in place upgrade, right?
Okay.
We take a full backup and keep it as it is, right? The best practice
Okay.
is what
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
plan of action for my upgrade the system, right?
Mm.
Upgrading part we can see that tomorrow on this
Okay.
system, and we see the log shipping it is breaking
Okay.
or not, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a step for that. I can just show you
I think
what
it's
are the
a
Mhm.
issue is backup folder access checking access.
Maybe
Yeah.
because the job is running on different account, right? But it is taking backup, right? Because it is locally. So locally it can take a backup. That is not a problem. But yeah, let's see. Oh, hello, your network disconnected.